Hello everyone and welcome back to the March Chatters map match. Since last I have recorded, a couple of things have happened. We've pushed into Greenland. So Greenland has been thoroughly beaten back. We are still at war with North Canada. The goal was to make peace with North Canada and finish off Libya, who attacked and took over Arabia several days ago. We are pushing back Arabia. I did have units come down here to go through Central USA, but Central USA reneged on our previously agreed to deal that if Libya attacked us in any way, that he would give right of way so that we could face off. There is concern that these battleships, that this battle group could become aggressive towards us. So we do have some significant forces in the south of Spain to counteract any potential aggression. However, we are not being aggressive at this time, just kind of waiting and seeing what happens. I have a battleship, and my battleship is here. So the battleship is moving down to help with the battle against Libya. And in addition, I have several fighters. So this one is coming to join the rest of the group. The reason that we have fighters, Libya has several bombers. So we are needing to slowly build airports. There is an airport going up there, and there's an airport that is nearly finished there. I'm sorry, not nearly finished, that is destroyed, damaged, and so that one could be regenerated partially. But because Libya has bombers, we need some fighter support to make sure that they don't just bomb all of our units. And there the bombers are. So there are 5 bombers currently and 2 fighters for a total strength of 172. I have 3 fighters here and a fighter here, and I am building more fighters as we continue. So those bombers will be a threat, but I would anticipate, and they are coming from where? They're coming from this airport here. So there is an airport there. Looks like there is an airport, a fort, and a recruiting office would be my best guess in that first province. So he is patrolling with them. Once we have an airport here, it should be in range of that bomber, and we should be able to get some work done on his units. Obviously, there's a fighter there that is moving down, and then I have additional fighters being produced in... well, I should have additional units being produced. Oh, no, wait, sorry, that's the wrong province. Here and here, as well as up here was the plan, but I didn't queue them. That's okay, though. Fighters queued, so I'm producing 3 fighters every day. That should be more than enough to remove those bombers. Obviously, he's going to have some significant ability to produce fighters and bombers, but the goal is to outproduce him. I do have another battleship nearly built. It is another 13 hours before that battleship is out, and then I was continuing to build subs, but I don't think the subs are necessary any longer. So I may switch that to fighters and bombers, given that the majority of Greenland's forces are whittled down, and North America, Canada doesn't really have much in the way of naval power at this point either. I may very well move these subs down south in case Central USA becomes a problem, but there's no guarantee of that, so it would be a precautionary movement. That is where the game is at as of right now. Currently, General Hawk has the most points. Between Austria, myself, and Romania, we are at 800, about 1,000 points. So we're about 500 points away from a coalition victory, which should be difficult to achieve, but when we take out Libya, assuming we were able to take out Libya, that would put us in a good spot to call the coalition victory. However, I will say in Chatter's maps, it is common for an opponent to give up before the 1500 is reached and the match to be closed manually by Bitro before the final point value is achieved, so that the individuals left can get as many points as possible. That is all that I have for this game for now. It's mostly just a grind at this point until we get some units into position and are able to push back Libya. So remember, Libya took all of this area, and we are pushing in pretty heavily with artillery. Look at that, 50 artillery from Austria. In addition to the infantry support that he has there. So likely we will be able to, at the very least, move throughout Arabia and quite possibly push into Egypt. So the biggest concern at this point is, can we take out these aircraft, these patrolling aircraft that are going to be attacking, any infantry that comes by. I am curious, so let's look at this real quick. Damage against air is 20, so he has 40 damage, not quite 40 damage from his fighters against air, and then 5 bombers. Damage versus air is 3, so 15. So obviously they're going to be damaged, so that number is going to be a lot lower because that's the number against ground. So he's going to have 40, 55, so probably around 50 versus air, where I have almost 80. So I could probably, once the airport's built, I could probably attack that stack, and I may try it. I'm not going to have as many hit points as he is. He's going to have a significant number of hit points, but sacrificing a couple of fighters to take out the investment of a bomber, this is something that you want to think about. What is your cost? What's the cost-benefit analysis? So let's look real briefly at one of my queues. So a bomber is worth almost 2 fighters. It's worth 2 times the fighter's iron. It's worth 150%, right? So not quite as much wood, twice as much oil, and more than twice as much cash. So think about it like taking out losing 2 fighters is worth killing a bomber every time. In addition to that, it takes twice as long to build bombers as it does fighters. So if I can eliminate 5 bombers and 2 fighters, that is worth losing 12 fighters. And I should be able to do it without 12 fighters. So sacrificing 4 or 5 fighters to do that, that's going to set Libya back in resources and time a lot more than it is going to set me. And that's how you push on to victory, is analyzing, where's the enemy spending time and resources, eliminating those resources efficiently. Even if you have heavier losses, eliminating their resources efficiently is a great way to get an edge in a war. I'm going to leave it there for now. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them. Soli Deo Gloria, and I'll see you next time.